Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. I was just thinking, holding those swords up there, wouldn't they get tired? That's better. Anyway, I'm playing Dark Elves. I haven't played Dark Elves in a while, and I'm against the Lizardmen. It's quite a fun matchup, but I decided to, you know, go a bit off the wall and bring Hellebron for once. I don't quite like her. I normally bring Malekith here, though, honestly. He's just better, I think. Because, yeah, put him on Seraphon, or even just a cold one, and he can just smack the crap out of all the big dinosaurs. And he's not as flimsy, frankly. You know, he's got, what's it called? Soul Stealer, if he needs health back. Hellebron doesn't have that. You know, she's a bit of a one-use kind of lord. You can't heal her up in any way. But she is terrifying, and she does have those brilliant support abilities, like the Gaze of Cain, which can just help any front line just smash theirs. So it's a lot of fun. So I enjoy Crone Hellebron, and that poison's nice as well. I mean, she's got skills. Manticore, kind of hard to catch. So I like her. I'm sticking with it. Anyway, front line, Dread Spears, load of chevrons in them because I had some money left over. I couldn't afford another one. But anyway, Blades of the Blood Queen, just amazing. Frankly, they can kill any infantry that Lizardmen throw at them. Again and again and again and again. They could probably kill about 20 units of Saurus Warriors before they decided to call it quits. Or died, you know, whichever. So yeah, they're pretty incredible, actually. They're pretty damn good. You've got to get on top of them with the dinosaurs. But of course, they're going to want to get on top of all this stuff. That's right, I have the Dark Shards back here, 2 Dark Shards. And someone mentioned the Bolt Fiends. They do actually have slightly better range than normal Dark Shards. An extra 20 range, and I completely forgot about that. But also with Shield Breaker, it's kind of nice, because if they have a load of Temple Guard, then the 3 of them can be focusing on one thing, and they're not going to get those shields, because Temple Guard do have shields, despite being halberd units. So that actually makes these guys pretty damn useful. So I quite like the Bolt Fiends here. I think they're going to be nice. They're going to be pretty handy. And actually, they do more damage as well. They're just very good Dark Shards. And Dark Shards are important in this matchup, so makes sense, right? Anyway, a couple of Witch Elves, they'll help just tear up skinks easily, but also they can pin dinosaurs in places, they can rampage them, which will help these guys shoot at them more. Also, I have Sinesh's Harvesters, so these guys with Soul Stealer and Word of Pain. Word of Pain is great if you use it on a big dino, because that's the big damage dealer, so suddenly taking 44 off their melee attack is gigantic, and it means you can be a bit cavalier with them. Cavalier with the cavalry. Yeah, see, it fits. So if they can attack some stuff, especially skinks, they can just bowl over and kill really quickly. It's really nice. And again, sort of, you know, chameleon skinks and stuff, they can get some real work done. Obviously, missile fire isn't great for them, but even if they start taking some losses, use a Soul Stealer, they get all the health back. It's great. So I love that. Also, speaking of Soul Stealer, I have a Sorceress of Dark. So you've got good armor piercing on that mount of her. She's on a cold one, and it means she's a fairly small target as well. You know, fairly quick. She can outrun, you know, most things that are going to cause her problems, apart from the big dinosaurs, but I've got other stuff that can sort of stop those dinosaurs, including just throwing the Sinesh's Harvesters at them, just try and keep them busy for a while. So she's fairly safe on that thing, but also she can do some damage if she has to. So I can use her pretty aggressively when she's on the cold one, and she has Soul Stealer and Word of Pain. So if she uses Word of Pain on something, then goes to attack it, they're not going to be able to fight back very well. So it's pretty handy. So my opponent here, it's a pretty good army. So skink cohorts on the edges, always nice to have something quick on the edges, and he's also got 3 Saurus Warriors shields in the middle. These guys will really just do brilliantly against things like Bleak Swords or Dread Spears. They'll do really nicely there, and they will hold out, you know, long enough against some more elite things, but it's nice to go fairly wide, especially when you have a Revivification Crystal, Krokgar on Grimlock, a Saurus Scar Veteran on a Carnosaur, and a Mage, and some Temple Guard back here as well to protect everything. Also, a couple Chameleon Skinks, they're going to help do some damage to lightly armored things, such as the Witch Elves and Sinesh's Harvesters. So, pretty cool, pretty cool. So, speeding things up, straight away, I actually just shoot straight down the middle. Because, yeah, he's keeping all of his dinosaurs back, so I may as well start getting some damage in. So, Shield Breaker on these guys, and a ton of damage. One volley from the lot of them, that's half their health gone. That's really nice. That's going to help my Dread Spears sort of win this engagement, or at least survive it a bit. So here, I'm actually sending Sinesh's Harvesters and my Witch Elves into this clump, knowing that if he tries to come for my Sinesh's Harvesters, which are a nice target, the Witch Elves are here, ready to deal with him. Also, I use Word of Pain, so they can't do as much damage in return. And also, I use the Gaze of Cain, just so all these guys start doing crazy damage. Hellebron's going to dive in here. While he's got Word of Pain on him, yes, he does have the anti-large and everything. So he's still going to be useful, and with Harmonic Convergence, yeah, wow, he's just got everything going on him right now. So he's still going to pack a punch, he's still going to be deadly, but I've thrown everything at him, so that's fun. And he has Rampaged, so he's stuck there. So over here, I will need to turn around and deal with this Saurus Scar Veteran. My Blades of the Blood Queen are having a wonderful time, even with Cursed Midnight Wind, which is a very good call to cast that on top of them, because it is helping the Saurus Warriors actually do some work, so that's pretty good. So Kroq-Gar is in serious trouble. He is broken. A Cold-Blooded is going to put his stats down to 0 and 9, which is nice, but I can't really keep on his tail very well. I've got other stuff that I need to deal with. So I did use a Soul Stealer as well, and that is following him. As soon as Soul Stealer hits, that's it, it's stuck to those units. It won't just have that air of effect and people wander into it. It's whatever's in the circle when it's cast. So that sort of lingering circle, it almost doesn't matter. So as long as you get them, you know, before they leave, you're great. You know, you're golden. So don't worry too much about casting on the ground if you have to. Oh yeah, you can use Alt, by the way. You can hold Alt to cast spells like that on the ground that would normally sort of snap to targets, so that's good to know. Anyway, here you can see Snatcher's Harvesters, they're keeping the Saurus Scar Veteran pinned down while I shoot at it. Lots. Also here, Skink Priest of Heavens, really caught off guard here by the Blades of the Blood Queen somehow. Here, oof, pretty good damage. Hand of the Gods, managed to do a lot of damage to the Sorceress, and Kroq-Gar is basically up to full health again. Just so much healing. The Revivification Crystal, the Cold-Blooded, yeah, he's doing great. So, how dare he? How dare he? I'm going to kill him again. Anyway, over here, Skinks obviously dealt with by the Witch Elves. Over on this side, they did manage to push through and deal with my Witch Elves. But, you know, I do have Hellebrand rampaged, attacking stuff, Blades of the Blood Queen pushing forward. I've still got plenty of Dark Shards that can shoot into things, and right now I'm shooting into the Temple Guards, get some good damage onto those guys. They're very expensive units, so I want them dead. So here, Skink Cohort, obviously they're going to get run off pretty quickly. Now here, I'm about to use another Word of Pain on Kroq-Gar to limit his effectiveness, so that way my Sorceress won't get immediately slaughtered. So, there we go. Unfortunately, it procced just after he hit me, which is a real shame, but I'm getting some really significant damage, and now Hellebrand's going to come over here to try and help too. And I don't think these Skinks are going to stick around for very long, somehow. Over on this side, my Witch Elves and my Dread Spears are holding back everything rather well, and unfortunately I can't shoot at Kroq-Gar all day because I need to save my other Dread Spears and finally deal with the Saurus Scar Veteran. Another Gaze of Malice, and everyone's going to have crazy high melee attack, which is lovely. I mean, Dread Spears with 52 melee attack is pretty crazy, so they're going to get some good work done. Those Temple Guards are really on their last legs, which is awesome. So now I just need to chase down Kroq-Gar. That I actually have used Word of Pain on him twice. I used the free one from, it doesn't stack, as far as I'm aware. As far as I'm aware, it doesn't stack. I used the free one from Snatcher's Harvesters, and then I used another one thinking that that one had run out, or was going to run out, because I wanted to make sure he stayed like that. But there was a bit of an overlap. So anyway, that's fine, don't worry, that overlap's fine. I didn't use them both at the same time. There was an overlap. So anyway, Revivification Crystal, Bastillodon and Revivification Crystal, dealt with beautiful Wind Blast, did a ton of work to my units there. But anyway, using my Snatcher's Harvesters to try and deal with these skirmishers, and hopefully get onto the Skink Priest. Over here though, my infantry was starting to wear out against these Saurus Warriors. Witch Elves aren't the best at killing Saurus Warriors, and so Kroq-Gar running in here, able to terrify and break these guys. And the Saurus Scar Veteran, amazingly, is still going with 25 health. Are you kidding me? Wow, I didn't realize how damaged he was. Anyway, I rampaged Hellebrand. That's right, he's Witch Brew on her, and this was a beautiful shot, almost killed her, which is insane. If she wasn't rampaged, she would have just been in the air and harder to hit. See? When they're rampaged, they stick to the ground, which is cool. That's good to know if you've got Witch Elves. If you can rampage something, it'll stay stuck to the ground. So that's good to know. Anyway, another Soul Stealer here from my Dark Sorceress, getting Hellebrand to kill the Skink Priest. I mean, she may as well, you know, it's pretty safe for her. And that kind of wraps it up. So Blades of the Blood Queen, still pretty healthy too. So there we go, Pyrrhic victories. Yeah, 158 kills for the Blades of the Blood Queen, and they were getting, you know, some pretty heavy spell treatment early on. They were getting hit by, you know, debuffs, you know, Curse the Midnight Wind and stuff. Yeah, they don't care. They don't care. I mean, the skirmishers can't really do much to them, because, well, they just have too much armor, and nothing can really stand up to them in melee, because they will just get murdered. And, yeah, there was no real armor piercing, except the, like, huge, expensive anti-large from Kroq-Gar and the Saurus Scar Veteran. And, well, and I guess the Temple Guard, too. The Temple Guard were armor piercing, too. But, I don't know, do you want to just throw them at the Blades of the Blood Queen? Because that's gonna, it's not very cost-effective, honestly. The Temple Guards, they're anti-large, you're gonna waste a lot of your funds. Although I didn't really give them a lot of large things to fight, but still, it's tough. He didn't really have anything that could, you know, be thrown at the Blades of the Blood Queen to shut them down. He didn't have a Stegodon or anything. But doing that is still really dangerous, because if you've got something like a big dinosaur sat fighting Blades of the Blood Queen for ages, then the Dark Shards are just going to shoot them to pieces. So it's, yeah, it's a difficult game to play. Just the cheap armor piercing, that the Dark Elves can muster. It is very tough. Very tough indeed. So yeah, pretty fun though. This was a fun game. Witch Elves just cleaned up all the skinks. I love that. But Hellebron had a huge amount of kills. But, you know, she helped fight Crockgar. She helped fight the Skink Priest. And, I mean, that's about it, really, honestly. She didn't do a heck of a lot. But Gaze of Malice was still vital. It just let all of my guys just go crazy and, you know, go on horrible killing sprees. So for that, she's a great utility lord. And that poison definitely helps drag down these big units. So I think she's pretty handy. Yeah, I like her. I like her in this. It's probably not the best thing. I think Malekith is still better, but I think Hellebron can lay down some good buffs. Yeah. Hellebron's good. I'm sticking by that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. It was a fun match for me, and hopefully it was for you too. If it was, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.